The TRP National Motocross is proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, Thor Riding Apparel, and all our associate sponsors. Welcome to the first round of the South African Motocross National Championships here at Rover. The TRP Nationals are in full effect and a massive field coming out for the very first round of action. A couple of international riders coming out as well, and it's great to see them stepping down in Africa and coming to join us here for the first round in PE at the Rover Motocross track. In the 50cc category, which we start with a couple of new riders stepping up from regionals into the national championship and on the grid and ready to go. Gates drop and they lay down towards turn number 1, the Bridgestone corner, and you can see just how tight it's going to be there with a big field of 24 riders on track. A great start there from Jake Van Scoor. Keenan Strauss also getting a super start as they go through. Watch out for Chris Barrington-Smith as well. Christian has had an incredible season last year in the regional categories and slowly but surely has made his way to the front end. He's on 141. He's in about 7th place at the moment as they come through there. But look at this pack going through and all the moms and dads coming to give that support on the sideline. It's nice to see the initiative that they've closed things off a little bit on the 50cc track and allowed just the supporters out there. No one else out on track, which is making it very good and a lot more safer for these riders. It's a fantastic start coming out of Jake Van Scoor, but Ethan Williamson is slowly but surely closing him down. He's going to be a man to watch out for at the end of this race. 36 and 38 going at it. That is Keenan Strauss, the 36 bike. A super start there from Chase Becker, but he's about to get eaten up. Oh, a little bit of a sideways there for Riley Wiem. And Riley nearly going out the side door there. You can see just how tough it's going to be on these sandy tracks. Even the young ladies are taking a bit of strain out there. 24 is Ivana Fenter, and down goes the rider. Oh, that's not the way you want to be doing it. 449, Luke Kroll. Just managing to avoid there was the 21 bike of another one of our ladies, Jamie Lee Wassing, coming through there and just avoiding the downed rider. Out front though, it's Jake Van Scoor, and he has got a really cool lead at this stage. But he's being closed down and reeled in big time by the 171 there of Ethan Williamson. Williamson looking to just time it to perfection. He finds a way around the outside. What a move! That's the way to do it. Around the outside and takes the lead, and there's only a couple of corners to go for these 50cc, so he might have timed this to perfection. Let's see whether or not he can keep it all together now for this last couple of laps. Through the field, 38 is now up to 3rd. That is Keenan Strauss. He's left the 36 there of Chase Becker. In fact, Becker had a problem like we're seeing there with the 449. Luke Kroll has not got that bike started and is stricken on the sideline. Williamson just keeping it all together now, keeping it upright and just ensuring that he doesn't make any mistakes. And see, even taking it easy through the double, and that's allowed a chance there for Van Scoor to come back. Van Scoor had another big look there, couldn't quite make it stick. Further through the field, look out for the action as well as they come in there. That is 404 Logan van Vuuren having us. Oh, and he goes down. Big crash there for Van Vuuren, and yellow flags waving frantically to watch for the down rider. There's down riders all over the place. The track is starting to get ripped up to what we expect on the bigger track as opposed to on the small one. The 24 there, Ivana Fenter back up. It's the second time we've seen that young lady go down, but needless to say, she's back up and riding. Oh, Wayne Ball Barrington-Smith on the sideline, giving his youngster all the action that he needs and all the support as well as he goes flying past, telling him just how close he is to getting onto that podium. Not too far off the back end of that 38 of Keenan Strauss. Further in the field, look at this. Lovely little battle there. Trent Bolesky taking on Ruben Tolmay. You've got Aiden Retief in there as well. Coming to the checkered flag. This is how close it is for the top two. Here they come. Round, up and through the trees. Final time and down the hill, and the checkered flag comes out, and it is Williamson who takes the win. Ethan Williamson also takes the overall victory ahead of Jake Van Scoor. The two of them were kind of the class of the field. Keenan Strauss beating out Christian Barrington-Smith, Riley Wiem, Kobe Hart, Logan van Vuuren, and Casey Tilley there in 8th place. Great support there from the families on the sideline, and super to see these boys getting a chance to get on the podium after every heat this season. Moving into MX2s, arguably the most competitive category this season, and a big field of 23 riders here this weekend for round 1. But a couple of guys who've stepped up from 125s, including Cam Deroe, who might be the man to watch out for. But as always, in the sand, Anthony Reynard, moving to Yamaha now, must be a favourite. Gates drop, and as they head down towards Bridgestone corner, turn 1 here on the big circuit. Look at that. Oh, that is just incredible to see. And look at how they're fighting the sand already. Issues in the background. Oh, man, there's a couple of riders going down in that background as well. Looks like there's some big runners there. Regan Warsmith is one of them. And it's Anthony Reynard at the back end of the field who gets caught out too. Unbelievable stuff. Reed Siddick's not getting his bike started, so hopefully he'll get going as well. But Anthony Reynard, I was just saying how good he was out the gates and how good he is in the sand. Unfortunately, getting caught out in that first turn, and now some issues and a long way to make up. Out front, though, it's Deroe. He's leading things out at the moment over the new man in the Husqvarna team, and that is Nick Adams. Nick Adams, what a start for this team and what a start for his career at Husqvarna. Nothing wrong with that. Further through the field, Kieran Fitzgerald got a good start. He's going to try and keep off and fend off the fight coming from the back end. Speaking of the back end, Seth van der Wiele making up some ground. It's Duro ahead of Nick Adams. It's a good start there from Slade Smith as well. Good to see him stepping up from MX high school category last year. That 125 class has got about 4 or 5 riders that have now made their way up. There is Smith. You can see he's fending off the attack there from Vogelsang. Behind there is Brad Cox in the mix as always. And around the outside, watch out for Andrew Wren too. Not a bad start there for him on the tailpiece of those 2 Red Bull KTMs. So Slade Smith leads things out at this stage in this battle for 4th. Look at that around the outside. That's Cox getting through on Vogelsang. And just behind it was Kieran Fitzgerald trying to get through on his teammate there. And Mlimi just kept him out. So continuing action as they come to the top. Look at how it's getting ripped up here. Cox trying to close down. And Mlimi's left Kieran Fitzgerald a little bit there. Fitzgerald with some work to do as he closes down there. And look at Reynard coming as well. Reynard on the back end of the fray, trying to find a way past. Can't quite make it. Oh, Ricky Raff goes down all on his own sim. But you can see, look at that sand. Where do you find the line? There isn't any. The wheels are just going to get caught out every single time you tip it into a corner anywhere around the circuit. The only way that you can try and find a way through is to spot the rider in front of you and look at the line he's using. And that is exactly what Nick Adams is doing. Oh, side-by-side action between Adams and the leader. And you can see, oh, this is going to be so close. Duro going to have to try and keep him out, but no, he can't. And then we go back to Slade Smith fighting hard here. Smith, can you believe how good this man is? Stepping up from 125s last year, he was the only man on a competitive Honda, and he's now on that Husqvarna and making it look like he should have been on it all the time. Getting away from Adams. Nice little fight there between the 2 Huskies. Further back. Looking back at this field, and you can see there's battles right through this field as Justin Sangster, another one of our 125 promoters, has moved up and is not quite on pace just yet, but it'll take a while to get to the kind of pace that this man has found here today. Remember, he's got double duties in the 250s and the 125s, and it looks like Nick Adams has gone missing. I think that's why we saw Slade Smith getting past on Adams. Yeah, Adams has gone by the wayside and unfortunately has fallen back with a technical issue on that bike. Don't be too concerned about that. I know that Fast Fred was saying, take your time, get used to the bike. There he's fighting with Fitzgerald for about 4th or 5th place. And you can see he's just off the back end. Maybe he's having a little bit of an issue because now all of a sudden here comes Reynard. Reynard into the mix as well, and Adams is going to have to fend him off. Welcome to 250s and welcome to factory racing, buddy. That's how it goes. These guys are not going to hold anything back. Cox about to get eaten up by Kieran Fitzgerald. Adams just behind. There comes Reynard. Around the outside, they're getting past Sebastian Phelps. And that is Vogelsang. He just shows him the way around as well. Super riding here from our 250 category. Whoa, face full of roost there for Cox. From Kieran Fitzgerald, who's now moved up. And it's a little bit of a resurgence here coming out of the Q for Fuels Husqvarna man. He's not giving up, that's for sure. But Sinswalo Yamaha's on his tail. And you can see it's not going to be an easy day there for Reynard, having to come from the back of the field. Look at this, though. Incredible ride out of Slade Smith. He's currently sitting in 2nd place. Let's see if we can keep it all together. You can see how hard both Kieran Fitzgerald and, more importantly, Reynard are pushing, though. Reynard now side by side with Cox as they go down that straight away and into the fly jump. A massive big jump there, and now it's side by side still. Cox hanging on. Reynard comes through, and through the 100%, he's giving more than 100%, that's for sure. As he dives on the inside, can he find a way past? I think there might be a change up here. The Yamaha looks a little bit more dangerous, and Cox could be in trouble. Kieran Fitzgerald could be in trouble as well. Look at this. He's got through Cox, and he's trying to find a way through. He's found a way past on Kieran Fitzgerald. What a turnaround here. From the back of the field, half a lap down. And that shows just how good this man is in the very, very tricky sand here at Rover. Reynard eating up the sand once he went down and basically riding one of the best races I've ever seen out of him to finish up possibly in 2nd place. He's ahead of Fitzgerald, who's now 3rd. Behind that, it's Cox, Smith, and Mlimi all fighting, but no one is going to catch this man. Duro is in a class of his own and takes the first victory. He actually laps the 94 there of Nick Adams on the final lap. And look at that. For the first result of the season, it's Cam Duro out front on the Reef Supplies and Thor KTM, beating out Reynard on that Sinswalo Yamaha. And then it's Kieran Fitzgerald on the Red Bull KTM, beating out Cox, Slade Smith, Mlimi, Vogelsang, and Andrew Wren. Let's catch up with Cam Duro, see how that first heat went.
I knew I'd come out here and surprise everyone. My MX2, I just got a good start. Got the whole shot, hit the bank, nearly high-sided in the first turn, but then kept it on 2 wheels and pushed and just got a gap and stayed there the whole race. And I'd just like to thank my sponsors, Thor, TRP, Reef Tankers, and everyone else supporting me, my coach, White Avis, my trainers at VUCA Fitness, and my dad for everything he does for me.
Fantastic racing from the Rover Club NP. Join us after the break for some more of the same. Welcome back to Rover Motocross Track in Port Elizabeth. the friendly city, but there's definitely no friendly racing happening out on this track. Good to see Prepsol in the house and allowing all the riders to get their bikes ready to go for the next set of heats. We're going into the MX3s and ladies combined this season, and ladies now joining that MX3 category, making it a very, very competitive gate, and over 30 riders out into turn 1, Bridgestone corner. Those clean bikes are now getting a little bit dirtier in the sand, and you can see a great start from Kayla Roth, top lady rider coming through there, but she's in amongst riders that she doesn't usually ride against. One of them being Britt Bircher, and it looks like a little bit of issue right from the word go there for one of our 30-pluses. That's Sheldon Watkins, who got it all wrong coming out of the sand. At the front end, keep an eye out on Bircher, Craig Kruger as well, and look out for the very hard-charging Stuart Lang. There's a man that we haven't really seen all of last season, but he's come up and stepped up in a big way. 267 goes down. That is Karika Pieterse making a small mistake, just coming out of that 100% and fly section. To the top of the circuit they go. Around the outside, just trying to sort things out there. Watch out for Bircher as he starts to make his way through there. The 121 also starting to come through. That's Jono Hubbard. Watch out for Stuart Lang, though. He's a man trying to close down on our whole shot to there, Dylan Simpson, on the 191. Bircher starting to get into the mix as well, but can't tell you, it's so good to see a couple of new riders thrown into the mix here with the usuals. That's Hubbard and, of course, Bircher. Oh, problems there. 191 looking back. There's an issue. Has he got a puncture? I think Simpson might have a puncture, yes. Simpson's got a puncture, and that's allowing... Oh, what a way to end things. Wade Wright has just gone through there, and it looks like Stuart Lang realizes that too. He's going to start closing down. No worries at all there for Kayla Roth. The D-Force Lady Rider way ahead of second place, Leah Haygate and Natasha Rugani. 958 with some problems as well, and that's Wade Wright. Oh, that's the man who's just gone into second. So problems there for the guys who are hitting the front. Every time they get to the front end of the field, something goes wrong. Change up in the mid-pack as well. There's a nice move. Dave DeWitt trying to go at it, and you can see Mark Hope and him side by side as they come out there. 102, of course, is Janka Pieterse. She's just making a little bit of room there and allowing the riders through. Lady rider there, Terry Palmer, in fourth place on the 830 as she comes through. There's Bircher. So it looks like the faster riders are starting to get in amongst those slightly slower ladies and MX3 competitors. Bircher looking for a chance here for a podium. He's also looking for a win in his category. Remember, he runs in the 40-plus class with Craig Kruger, and the two of them are almost side by side as they came past us on that last shot. Still no worries at all there for the leading lady, Kayla Roth, way out front. Looks like there's some issues here for the lead of our MX3s, though, because Stuart Lang is starting to close on Bircher. Bircher has got his hands full here. He's going to have to work hard further back. Recovery from Pieterse, recovery there as well from 958 Wade Wright as they start to come into the closing stages. Oh, look at how these riders are battling with the sand right now. It is not easy conditions out there, that's for sure. Cheyenne De Lima going down. We've got to change for the front. It's Stuart Lang who's hit the front now and getting away from Bircher. Bircher just taking a bit of strain in the sand. He's usually very good in the sand. But Stuart Lang on this two-stroker is just getting away from this pack with no issues whatsoever. Coming through on Dean Henning. I'm going to go past him relatively unscathed. Here comes the second rider in the ladies, Leah Haygate, closing down on the second of the D-Force lady riders. That is Tegan Reed. And further through the field, it is, of course, Natasha Rugani, Terry Palmer, Jenna Bowling, Kylie Kotzer, and Jadine De Lima that are doing a super job for that top 7 in the ladies. And there's a great field of ladies, 14 of them in total, in amongst these MX3s and ladies combined. We come to the closing stages, and no one seems to have an answer here to Stuart Lang. Where has he found this pace? Only he knows. Bircher's tried to keep him honest, but he's not been able to just run with the back end and just watch him go through the field. It's good to have a man out in front blocking the way for you. And coming to the checkered flag now, I think Bircher is going to have to settle for second place. Remember, it will also be an opportunity for him to look at the overalls because he's looking for 40 plus. Kayla Roth has done it all right as well. As the flag comes out, it's Lang who takes the win. Second place goes to Bircher. And a great run there, coming through right in the closing stages from Craig Kruger to finish up in third place. Ladies goes to a great ride as well, out of Kayla Roth. Overall results, though, for the MX3s in the 30-plus category, Stuart Lang took the win from Dylan Simpson, Wade Wright, and Jonathan Hubbard. And Craig Kruger eventually beat out Bircher to beat Quincy Sale, a man who usually does business in a GTR, and Andre Swart in fourth place. In the ladies, it was all about Kayla Roth, 2 wins on the day, beating Leah Haygate to the line. And then it was Terry Palmer, Jenna Bowling, Kylie Kotzer, Jadine De Lima, and Tegan Reed. And I'm sure the ladies enjoyed racing with the MX3s, now combined with the ladies for the rest of the national championships. Stewie up on top of the podium, he's going to be happy with that. And this is going to be an exciting class to watch out for, as will the ladies. 1,000 Rand there for the win for Kayla Roth.
I'm really happy with the way it turned out for the first round of the MX Nationals. Happy to go home with the red plate. Looking forward to the rest of the season. Well done to everyone who rode. It was a hectic track and yeah.
Stuart Lang made that two-stroke work really well.
Yeah, it was a good day. First national, riding the two-stroke with all the 450 boys. It's good racing, hard racing, and couldn't be happier. It's been a while.
Join us after the break for the final race from the MX2 category. Welcome back to Rover Motocross Track, and despite cool conditions, a really nice crowd has come out here to see the first round of the TRP National Motocross, and it looks like it's going to be another great day's racing here. We're getting into the second heats for the day, and all the crowd are standing by as we head in. But before that, let's catch up with the big boss from TRP, Jim Tarantino.
Well, from TRP and National Motocross, we're expecting big things to happen. The year started off really good. We're through the first heat. Really exciting racing. Some winners in MX1, MX2 that we weren't really thinking could win a race, but really showed everybody that they've been training hard in the off-season, and it's going to be a really good season and exciting for the championships.
A few setup changes now because the track has become a lot rougher, and these MX2 boys are going to be pushed hard now for race number 2. Can Cam Deroe do the unthinkable and on debut do the double victory? Five-second board about to turn around and stand by for those gates to drop. Who's going to get the whole shot into Bridgestone corner? Turn number 1. It's a great gate there from Reynard. He gets a little bit bogged down by Vogelsang, and once again, that is a super start from Johan. He goes around the outside. He is side by side there with him. Limi, what a start from Josh. He came through like a rocket ship on that Red Bull KTM, and looks like he might have whole shotted going over the Thor tabletop for the first time. As they head down, it is Mlimi who's got out front. Cam Deroe is right there with him. He's looking to get it to the front as quickly as possible, possibly get that victory in the bag if he can. Adams with another great start there on the Husqvarna, and hopefully he can keep it all together this time. He's side by side as they come through there with Nathan Victor. Very good start there from the Kawasaki man. Didn't quite expect to see that. That's kind of what Nicholas Adams was doing last year, squeezing through on his Kawasaki and just spoiling the day for the usual contenders. Well, the day has been spoilt already for Mlimi as he gets to go to second place and eat some roost coming from Cam Deroe on that Reef Supplies KTM. Vogelsang side by side with Kieran Fitzgerald. Then it's Reynard. That's about 4, 5, and 6th place on track as they come through there. Problems for the 32 bike. Unfortunately, looks like there's some issues, and he's out of it. So it looks like Regan Wasmith is not having a good day in the saddle whatsoever. Twice he's gone down. It's very tough conditions, and you can see just how much rougher it's got here for heat number 2. The lines are out there, but they're difficult to find, and Mlimi is just trying to keep off the attack. There's a nice shot of the Yamaha coming through, trying to close down on Vogelsang. There's Slade Smith, not a good start from him. He had a much better outing in the first one. Andrew Wren going at it there with him, and the 5-1 of Justin Sangster. Nick Adams moves to second, moving through there on Mlimi. No answer from the TRP man and Red Bull KTM rider. As they come through, you can see Reynard is also battling. Not quite sure why he's so far back. But the Tinswallow Yamaha. Oh, there's a problem. Cox on the sideline. So the brother leader Treadman, unfortunately, off the side of the track and not where he wants to be. Remember, he was fighting for a top 5 in race number 1. So it hasn't gone according to plan there for Cox. But he's going to have a busy season racing National Motocross and National Enduro and Off-Road for the brother leader Tread KTM team. Speaking of KTMs, here comes Mlimi. He's slowly but surely coming to grips with the front end of the field. He's lost a bit of ground to the 2 leaders, but he's got to keep an eye out from behind because Kieran Fitzgerald could possibly come through along with Reynard in the closing stages. Adams is at the front. Nicholas Adams has got to the front end and got through on Cam Deroe. Deroe might be feeling the effects of having to do double duties here this weekend. 3rd heat of racing for him, and maybe he's going to just try and hang on and look for the overall victory in both those categories. He'll have to not be too far behind, though, because he cannot afford to let Nick Adams get too far ahead. Problems there as well on the sideline. Looks like Shane Steenkamp going down. Oh, no, big one here for Cardi as he goes out the front door. The track is getting rougher and rougher, and the Cardi Racing man going down. He's shaking his head, saying, what went wrong there? It's just the wrong line, and to find the right line here, well, only a few can. Even Reynard, the sand specialist, is finding it difficult to try and find those hot lines that are getting him to the front. Mlimi hanging on, but his teammate is coming and bringing along the Tinswallow Yamaha for a run. 2 Red Bull KTMs fending off the attack there from Reynard. Changing ships this season, remember? Last year on the KTM, this year on the Yamaha. And it looks as if he's going to have his hands full. He's got through on 1, and Mlimi seems to be fading. Maybe just finding a little bit of arm pump there. The CRT Husqvarna coming through there with Slade Smith on board just ahead of Fokkelslang. And then coming right behind them, it's Andrew Wren going at it. And it looks like he's going to be fighting with Van der Nabile. Great riding from these riders. And of course, action right through the pack, even on the back markers. How's that? Oh, the back markers getting out of shape. Oh, that's a huge one. Where did that come from? Getting spat out the side. Enrico Fredericks and Van der Roel getting side by side. And ending up in tears for one of them. As they come through there, it looks like DeRoe's going to try and hang on for second place. It looks like he's got a big enough gap to keep out the attack coming from the back end. And this is the attack. Here's Fitzgerald. Oh, looks like it's going to be really close here between him and Reynard. They got very close. In fact, I think they touched through there with the one lap board coming out. Fitzgerald going to try and fend off the attack now from Reynard. He's going to make him eat roost wherever he can. And that's exactly what he's doing. They don't have enough time to catch this man. What an incredible turnaround. Didn't quite go according to plan in the first race as he goes past one of the sponsors there for the Husqvarna team and our MX Commission President Ian Pepper. It is Nicholas Adams to take the victory on debut for the Q for Fuels Husqvarna team. DeRoe comes through for second place and Fitzgerald hangs on for a very hard-fought third place. Just pipping Anthony Reynard to the line there in the second heat of MX2s. Behind them, it was Mlimi, Slade Smith and Fokkelslang. That's super stuff. A great run here and good to have him on top of the podium in his first outing for that team. Q for Fuels Husqvarna on top of the podium with Nicholas Adams. Cam DeRoe finished up in second place ahead of Kieran Fitzgerald. Anthony Reynard in fourth place with some work to do heading down to his home circuit. Josh Mlimi, Slade Smith and then Johan Fokkelslang ahead of Andrew Wren, who had a super run in eighth place on his Husky. Let's catch up with Kieran Fitzgerald after a hard day in the saddle.
And closed me down and almost got past me. Yeah, we touched and I nearly went down. I'm sure he nearly went down as well. And then the last lap I got lucky. I pushed hard and I got a clean lap and I think I kind of got a breather that was big enough just to hold on. So he rode great. Obviously Cam DeRoe rode great. And obviously Nick in that second moto, he really rode well. They rode away from him in the beginning of the race, but for me, P3-3 is a good day. So I'm looking forward to Cape Town and looking forward to the rest of the year.
2018's top privateer now on the top of the podium.
I struggled in the first heat, I had the speed, but a couple mistakes put me back in, I think, 12th position, and I just had one goal to come out here in the second moto. I got a pretty average start, which didn't make my moto so easy, but just put a plan together in my head and just decided just put in consistent laps, and I managed to pay off and got the win.
Well, an incredible job being done by the Rover Club to put a circuit together that really gave us some great racing. I'm sure the Commission President Ian Pepper will be very happy with the turnout, as well as the action that happened out on track. We head down to Cape Town for the next round of the championship at Zone 7. But next time around, we'll bring you all the 65s, 85s, 125s, and the MX1s. TRP National Motocross is proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, Thor Riding Apparel, and all our associate sponsors.